And next up, we have Auroch Minerals and ARDEN Platel? All good. CEO, Auroch Minerals. ARDEN.
So thank you very much and good afternoon, everyone. I'm here today, as you mentioned, to present to you Auroch Minerals, and in particular, to elaborate a little bit about our two exciting new base metals projects in the world-class jurisdiction of South Australia. So firstly, a quick corporate snapshot of Auroch Minerals. Our key focus has shifted to focus on the key metals of zinc, copper, cobalt and gold. We have a strong proven team and we aim to create value through exploration success. We also have a strong balance sheet, which means we are well funded for the next 12 months of exploration on our two new projects and then aim to generate good news flow through the aggressive yet systematic exploration of these two projects. As I mentioned, our exploration will be led by a very experienced management team. I'll be taking on the CEO role of Auroch Minerals, and Peter Sheehan will be our Chief Geologist and Exploration Manager. Both of us have over 20 years experience, global experience in a diverse range of commodities. And importantly, both of us have experienced exploration success in the past. Moving on to our assets, and I'd just like to point out and highlight what makes the ARDEN and the BONAVENTURA projects arguably the best base metals exploration play in Australia at the moment. Firstly, is the commodities, which brings us back to the key focus of our company of zinc, copper, cobalt and gold. Both of these projects have exposure to all of these commodities. Not only that, both projects have known high-grade mineralisation and both projects have great potential for large scale, making them all the more appealing. The second main attraction for these projects is location. Australia for us is the best mining jurisdiction in the world. The two projects are located in the world-class base metals region of South Australia with large known base metals producers in close proximity and with similar geological settings to our two projects. There is excellent access and infrastructure, and the cherry on top for us for location is the close proximity of Nyrstar's large base metals and precious metals refinery and smelters at Port Pirie. Port Pirie is just there, just 100 kilometres from the ARDEN project. The third main attraction, and this is important for the ARDEN project, is the level of previous exploration for base metals. Effectively, the ARDEN project has no modern systematic exploration undertaken previously, whereas the BONAVENTURA project, in contrast, has had some recent exploration that's giving us walk-up drill targets. So moving on to the ARDEN project, we believe this project has fantastic potential to host large-scale base metals SEDEX deposits. It is a large exploration tenement that is already granted, and despite the fact that there hasn't been any modern systematic exploration, we have already identified several key target areas that we'll focus our early exploration programs on. In terms of geological setting, the ARDEN project is located in the Adelaide Geosyncline, which is a large rift complex. The project area is dominated by Cambrian age sedimentary units, and this is also important since all SEDEX style base metal mineralisation in this world-class region are hosted by Cambrian age lithologies. The historic exploration timeline is important to see, as this highlights the opportunity presented by the ARDEN project. You can see prior to the 1920s, there were several historic artisanal base metals mines, after which there was a long hiatus with no base metal exploration or mining. The Kennecrotts, a Rio Tinto group in the late 60s and 70s, discovered the base metal opportunity via trenching and some drilling. But despite this encouraging results, the area has then been locked away for 30 years as part of a regional diamond exploration play. In other words, there has been no modern day exploration for base metals at the ARDEN project. You can see here the underlying geological map of the ARDEN project, dominated by the large areas of purple, which are the Cambrian aged units that are favourable for SEDEX mineralisation. As I mentioned before, we have 3 key target areas already established that we're focusing our early exploration programs on. In the southwest, we have the Raglas Range zinc, with a potential strike length of 10 kilometres identified already, and some high-grade zinc of up to 10% zinc. In the centre of the tenement, we have the Radford Creek lead zinc target. This has high-grade lead and zinc soils of over 1% in soils that have never been drill tested. And over to the east, we have the Kanika copper target, which has produced several samples over 10% copper plus cobalt in our recent rock chip sampling. This is a quick summary of our best results from our initial exploration programs and our rock chip sampling during our mapping. You can see at the Kanika target, nearly all of the samples were over 10% copper, many of which had also significant zinc, cobalt, and even gold grades. At the Radford Creek target, there's a much higher lead component, up to 4% lead, still with significant zinc and silver grades. And at the Raglas Range target, we encountered zinc grades of up to 7% with minor cobalt. So all 3 targets have high-grade base metal mineralisation that we're following up. Just quickly, some photos of the mineralisation. Firstly, at the Kanika target, you can see the copper-cobalt rich mineralisation. This particular sample went 12.4% copper with 2.5% zinc, 0.5% cobalt. The Radford Creek lead zinc rich mineralisation. And on the right, we have the Raglas Range zinc rich mineralisation, which was 7% zinc and 0.02% cobalt. Moving on to our second exciting base metals project is the Bonaventura project. The main attraction for us for this was the recent exploration with using modern day techniques which has provided advanced drill targets for us, basically walk-up drill targets. Importantly, previous drilling on the Bonaventura project intersected high-grade lead and zinc with a 6 metres at 6.3% zinc interval within a broader 16-metre interval of SEDEX zinc mineralisation. The geological setting of the Bonaventura project is similar to that of ARDEN, again in the Adelaide geosyncline, and again you can see the dominance of the purple Cambrian-rich units. However, the major feature of the Bonaventura project is a regional scale fault called the Signet-Stelling Fault, 30 kilometres of which runs east-west right through the middle of our tenure, and along which all historic artisanal mining was focused. Again, we've identified 3 key areas, target areas, which will focus our early exploration programs. The Granger target, which has the historic drill intersections of high-grade zinc. 2 kilometres down strike, we have the Vinco zinc target, which has coincident helimag, IP and gravity anomalies and is a walk-up drill target. And over in the east we have the Kohinoor gold target, which has an historic artisanal gold mine. So again, from our early exploration work, here are some rock chip sample results that we've taken at the targets. You can see at the Granger target, again, it's a very high grade zinc. We have 28% zinc, 21% zinc, 7% zinc. And at the Kohinoor gold target, where we sampled an old waste dump from the historical mining, 9 grams a tonne, 17 grams per tonne, and 33 grams per tonne. So again, the potential for high grade, large scale base metals and precious metals mining. In addition to our sampling and mapping, we have reprocessed and reinterpreted all existing geophysical survey data. From high resolution helimag, we had ground gravity and we had some IP lines. Putting all this together with our historic geochemical surface database and the known locations of mineralisation, we've defined a total of 17 target areas that warrant follow-up exploration. We've ranked these in order of exploration priority and we're attacking them from the highest priority onwards. At the moment, we've planned a new IP survey for 3 of the highest priority target areas, including the Granger target and the Vinco target that we have previously identified. This IP survey will take place in June and will just give us more data to redefine the drill targets for our maiden drilling program, which is taking place in July. The project, as you can see, it's on freehold farmland cleared for light grazing. The access and infrastructure are excellent and the permitting for drilling is relatively straightforward. The 2 timelines in parallel for the ARDEN and BONAVENTURA project highlight the aggressive yet systematic exploration programs we have planned for the 2 projects. As you can see, we've completed our initial sampling and mapping of the 2 projects. We've had all existing geophysical and geochemical data reinterpreted and reprocessed. Next week, we begin flying a new aeromag survey, high-resolution aeromag survey over the whole ARDEN project. And as I mentioned, the BONAVENTURA project will have a new IP survey following that in June. We are well advanced in drill targeting permitting on both projects, and hence we're pretty excited to be undertaking our maiden drill programs parallel in both the ARDEN and the BONAVENTURA projects early in 3rd quarter this year. Thank you very much for your time today. We're in booth 2. If anyone wants to come past and has more questions to ask us, feel free. Thanks very much.